White people are better at evolution? Since when?
Black guys or white guys?
Black guys.
Okay, can you elaborate as to why specifically black guys?
Yes, black guys are melanated and I want my children to survive and I know that the only way for them to survive in the future is for them to have melanin in their skin. So that's the way for me to, make my legacy continue.
I don't hate my color, but I want to ask, what do you love so much about it? What am I missing that I have to outwardly tout it?
So today's video, go yes, and his comments on TikTok led us here. Let's get into it.
White people are better at evolution? Since when? My brother in Christ, I had to wait for cloud coverage to record this. Let's just start with our lack of melanin that literally protects you from the sun. That's indisputable, right? Like, you can physically see the difference. So much so that you leave comments like this. But we'll come back to that. The sun is literally attacking us every time we're in it. Let's move to another evolutionary difference. White people's noses, look at mine. See how it went in on one side? 80% of people have a deviated septum that are Caucasian. And do you know why? Because we weren't designed to live anywhere near the equator. We were designed to be in colder spaces and our nose closed so that we weren't inhaling cold air. Do you know whose noses are wider and more open? And let me tell you the evolutionary benefits of it, my guy. 1, you're able to inhale more oxygen, getting more oxygen in your blood. Also, doesn't cause you to be a mouth breather. There's a reason your boy here doesn't have a chin. Also, mouth breathing causes front teeth crowding on the bottom. It leads to poor posture. It leads to being overweight. It leads to snoring and having lack of sleep, which ultimately messes with so many functions and features. But got it. Okay, got it. Read a fucking book.
And you know what's even more crazy in all of this is the fact that even though they are obviously lacking, the man earlier just said it, like they are at a disadvantage, right, with the complexion and with the septum, the nose thingy, and who knows what else at this point, right? Is the fact that they were successfully able to, over these years, right, using their media and their history books, and let's not forget what their early rate to deceased, in quote, scientists did using their science, when they were comparing scores of the races of people, talking about this skull of this race of people look better, we like this one, these other ones, we don't like how their skull look. So because of that, the people who come from the race of people that have this particular kind of skull, they are the superior race because of their skull over these other groups of people that we don't really like their skull that much. That's crazy. That's insane that they did that. But of course, rate to deceased people are not okay in the head. You cannot be a sane person and be rate to deceased, right? So of course, because them earlier scientists were rate to deceased, meaning they are not okay or were not okay in the head, of course that affected their scientific, in quotes, scientific findings. Garbage in, garbage out, basically. And what's interesting is you think that, since it's 2024, nobody actually believes them scientific findings of them earlier rate to deceased scientists until you are scrolling on TikTok and then you find people who believes in their findings and they share them online. And see, I would bet that this commenter is one of those people. And I don't know what's even more insane, the fact that them folks who are actually the minority of this world were able to convince the global majority that they are, in quotes, the superior race, or the fact that the global majority who are at a biological advantage are now striving to look like the global minority who are at a biological disadvantage. From the skin bleaching to the surgeries, the rhinoplasty and the jaw shaving we see they are doing in Asia to who knows what else they are doing these days. It's just crazy how these people were able to convince people that minus is better than plus, to the point where now people are stripping away and shaving away parts of themselves so they can have less of what they were blessed with by nature. That if you don't have melanin, for example, you are better off than the people who have melanin. Melanin, a very vital component that you need for everyday survival, just being outside. Let's make it make sense. If you live on planet Earth, you need melanin. So how is it that we let these people convince us that not having melanin, the less melanin as possible that you have, the better? When in actuality, the more melanin you have, the better for you.
Try to love your color instead of hating it. With great white privilege comes great white responsibility. I don't hate my color, but I want to ask, what do you love so much about it? What am I missing that I have to outwardly tout it? And does speaking up for someone who is a different color mean that I dislike my own? Does that mean by your logic that I have to hate other colors to like my own? I don't hate my color. I'm just aware that the sun does. I don't hate my color. I'm just aware that I'm not the center. It doesn't have to be about me, and that's okay. What about my content upsets you so much that you have to like write this out? You spend time with both thumbs. Oh, I'm gonna get this man bun wearing guy. I also want to acknowledge it's always the people with no profile photo and no content with their face in it. The loudest one in the room is the one with the complex. I can tell you because I used to be the loudest one in the room. Like, how do you get upset at me explaining how incredible and wonderful people of another race are that you had to pop both your thumbs up against your phone repeatedly in a rage response?
Sometime last year, I got to find out that them folks experienced something, go through something they call sun poisoning. And I was like, what the hell?
POV, you are black and you are just hearing about sun poisoning for the first time. The sun. The sun did that to her. I swear, I think I have been taking my melanin for granted. I need to show my melanin more respect. Wake up in the morning and say, melanin, I greet thee. Melanin is the real Odogu.
Like, this is what these people have to deal with from not having melanin. But they were able to convince this world that not having melanin is a good thing and that we should try to have this. This is what they want us to have. And I'm like, be so for real. In my entire life, I had never heard of the word sun poisoning. What? What do you mean? That the sun that gives life to our planet, everything on this planet needs the sun for survival. What do you mean that is attacking you and is poisoning you? What do you mean by that? I swear this video and the others, yes, there are others on TikTok of them folks sharing their sun poisoning experience. Videos like this can cure people of self-hatred, I swear.
She seems to have left out the part about the puking. Sun poisoning makes you puke. So they make these people vomit. Wait, sun poisoning. The sun that grows our hair provides us with vitamin D and gives us energy is poisoning them. It shock you. My sister, I don't feel like it shocked me too. The sun doesn't even fuck with them. This is why we need to listen to nature. Nature is always speaking, but now we know they listen. How do you get sun poisoning from something that's needed? This is the question. I have a UV umbrella. Hey, I did not even know that such a thing exists. The UV umbrella. What else they do on our way we don't know? I swear the sun wants them back in them caves, man. And that is why I always wear sunscreen. We are not superior if we can get taken out by the sun. Hey, yeah. This is sad. I mean, I want to say my heart goes out to you people, but my heart is not leaving this continent. Is not leaving Africa. God's preparation. Yeah, I can see exactly how the gods want to get their own pounds of flesh. Because these people did not only hurt us, they greatly hurt and disrespected nature. Till date, they are still disrespecting her.
I've often had to wonder what made supremacists feel supreme when they cannot bathe within the sun without a special cream. I have to wonder what made them think that their lack of melanin and bright blue eyes was not a major flaw and to become the source of all their pride. And it seems the more they try to sell the lies, the more they lose control. We must admit that trying to sell insecurities as supremacy is truly rather bold and has to lie within the ranks of one of the greatest lies mankind has ever told.
Melanin is a gift that not many have. As a black person, you should wake up every morning grateful and proud because you are the ish.
So it's no wonder that in this particular video I covered sometime last year, the lady in the video was talking about how because of this reason she wants to have kids with a black man so her kids can, you know, be friends with the son, I guess.
Black guys or white guys?
Black guys.
Okay, can you elaborate as to why specifically black guys?
Yes, black guys are melanated and I want my children to survive, and I know that the only way for them to survive in the future is for them to have melanin in their skin. So that's the way for me to, you know, make my legacy continue.
This was an interesting video, by the way. You should check it out. It's linked down below in the description. And yeah, at this junction, I guess I've come to the end of the video. Let's continue this conversation down below in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I would see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.